Hi guys, so welcome to issues 19, 20, 21. Now I know I was only doing 2 at a time, but this is 3 issues all involving the door. It's nothing we haven't seen before but on the other side, and it just gives me a little bit of a chance to catch up. I thought I'd take a chance and do 3. I've seen a couple of model makers have done all 4 videos from the pack within a half an hour video, so for me it's challenge accepted.
The road from coast to coast, Yorkie and me rolling on. 'Cause a long day's run can be short on fun without Yorkie to help me along.
So hi guys, so this is issue 19, and just excuse me one sec, there's one thing I keep getting told off for forgetting. There we go, that's better, isn't it? So issue 19, and this is going to be the cab door, the near side cab door, as opposed to the offside cab door. So let's have a look at the parts, if I can get them out. And we have got, this is me unprepared for you. Right, so we have got the near side, oh, there's all sorts of bits everywhere. Few little fiddly bits. You know, I can't get this open because I did this before, didn't I? I thought there was a seal over the top I was trying to get off, but it doesn't have one. So we have a nicely painted metal door, and this light is awful. Let's see if I can just improve it. I think it might be better if I, no, that is awful. I can't wait till I get my new desk sorted. Right, so this is a nicely painted metal door, just called near side cab door, and we have got a door handle. This is plastic. Then we've got the mirror bar, that's plastic. Upper mirror, they're in there. I'm not going to cut these open until we need them because they could get lost. My focus seems to be terrible today. And part 6 is the lower mirror, which is this one, and then we have got the lower mirror casing, and have I missed part 5, which is the upper mirror casing, and that leaves us with a bag of screws, which is 4 1.2 by 4mm PB screws. So as I say, there's nothing that we haven't seen before on this. Actually, I said I was going to keep this in the bag until we need it. It's the very first part that we need. So there's the 2 parts of the mirror. Just bear with me one second. Sorry, I just had an idea. Because why not cheat? And if we need to look at other things for reference, why not look at those things for reference? So I have, okay, ignore that idea. I was going to find the other door, but it's not actually within reach. Right, so we're going to start off with the lower mirror, sorry, the upper mirror, which is part 1904, which I've just dropped twice. I really don't like this lighting, sorry guys. That's better, isn't it? Stay. Right, sorry. 1904 the upper mirror, and 1904 the lower mirror. And what we're going to do is asking us to take the piece of paper off, but I think it will be a bit easier if we just take the pop this in, and then take the paper off afterwards, and that just saves us making as much contact. And then we're going to do exactly the same for the lower mirror, and that's obviously the wrong way round because it's not going in. No, it was right the first time. There's quite a small peg on there, and if it's not pushed in exactly right, it's not going to go in. There we go, that's in, and then just peel that backing paper off. I've just noticed a little problem with my setup here, which is that the light was so high I couldn't actually see the monitor. Right, so there's this light. There we go, that's better. Right, so we've got our lower mirror and our upper mirror there, and what we're going to do is we're going to put them on the mirror bar, and the upper one goes on just a push fit connection, and there's a little lug in there that will line all of that up perfectly. There we go. And the same with the lower mirror, a little lug there. Sorry, this is creating so many shadows, isn't it? Sorry guys, I just cannot get my lighting right today. Isn't it funny how it goes like that sometimes? There we go, that's a bit better. Yeah, right, so that's our mirror bar done. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take our door, and we're going to take our door handle 1902. We're going to pop that onto there. See, there's two holes there, push fit connection there, and just a normal hole there, and then that goes in like so. And from behind we're just going to pop a screw in there, which is the DPO ones. Screwdriver bit might be a little bit too big. We'll see how we get on. No, that's fine. No, it's a little bit too big. Let me delve in and get one of my smaller screwdrivers. There we go, that's a big one. And with my very shaky hands today, there we go, that's gone in nice. That's very nice. I just wish my focus could sort itself out. There we go. Real problems with the setup today. Right. See if that's any better. Sorry guys, I really am having a struggle today. Right, I think that's not too bad. Right, so what's next is we're going to pop the mirror on, and the mirror bar, there's a hole at the top there, and there's a little lug there, a little locating pin. It doesn't look very big. I don't know if part of it snapped off, but it should be enough. Yeah, it's enough. I don't know if it's the normal size, but that part goes there, and the bottom part goes in there next to the express, and I'm not going to hold that there because that's going to fall off. But the next stage is, as suspected, 2 screws. It looks like I've dropped a screw because I only have 3 screws, so that means that either I didn't count them for some reason, which is something I forgot to do. I always say count and check your parts, and I don't check the screws. But the first one, as you see, is going to be quite awkward to get in. And I've just lost that other screw. There we are. Don't particularly love this screwdriver because I love my normal screwdriver because it's got a flat bit on the back, so you can hold it on the table and it holds that screw in lovely. Right, there we go. So once we get this first screw in, which as you can see is the challenge, see if I can pop the screw in. Well, I'm going to fail my little challenge here to get the parts in on iron time. Mind you, I always say there's no time limit. Right, let's see if we can just get that in just enough to grab. There we go. Right, that's once that first screw is in, it's so much easier, and I'm really not happy with the focus. So we'll get that second part in. There we go, and then that goes in from behind. Oh, my hands are very shaky today as well. that's going in. So once it's made a grab for it, it's so much easier to deal with, and then we can just tighten this. Now what I'm finding is as I push the screwdriver in, it's pushing that light out, that mirror bar out. So we just need to just double check it every few turns so that it's located into its little housing there. Make sure it hasn't come out. There we go, that's in. And it doesn't have to be really, really tight, it just has to not move. Right, there we go, that's getting there. That's getting there. There we go. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit loose. So try to use your hand as support, because otherwise you're going to push on the ground and possibly break that mirror off. It's only plastic. That's lovely. I'm really happy with that. So there's our mirror on, and that is the end of that stage. So on to stage 20, which again is quite a small stage. See that one? Yeah. So let's check the parts, and again this is something that we've done before. So we have got the inner door panel here. This is plastic. We've got the left window for the left door, and that doesn't want to come out for some reason. There we go. So this is the mirror for the left door. It's very hard to see with a dark purple background, but you know I like me purple. So piece 3, and there's 2 of them. It's our door hinges times 2, and the rod for the door opening mechanism, and I think this is metal, but it feels a bit plasticky, but I can't bend it, so I do believe it's metal. By all means drop a comment if I'm wrong. Then we have part 5, which is a spring. Is that easy enough to see? There we go, 1 spring. And then we have the bracket for the door opening. There's the screw from the last part, look. So that's a little bit fiddly. I remember doing this now, I do remember this. And we've got 6 1.8 by 2.5 mil PM screws labelled DD02, one of which is spare, and I'm going to check them this time. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first thing we need to do is take our door opening mechanism, and we just want to pop a spring on the smaller end. You see there's a little collar about halfway up, about 2/3 of the way up, sorry, not halfway up. And that's going to go into there like so, and you'll see that that's just nice in there. Right, so the next step is we want to take our bracket, and we have got a slightly longer side, and that slightly longer side wants to go down into there. I think it's down, yes, it wants to go down, so you can pop that in straight down like so. Just pull that lug back a little bit so that I see how I put the mechanism in that way. And then what we can do, if it doesn't drop out, we then want to bend that over like so, and then we would just want to push that in and click that into there like so, and there we go, and then that's in, and that rod isn't going to come out then, is it? Can we have a focus please, camera? Doesn't look like it's going to focus today. There we go. There we go. So there's our rod mechanism. So next we want to take our hinges and we want our door, and I'm going to describe this as a flat side and a flowery side. It's kind of a little bit more shaped. So you want to take the flat side and you want this pointing downwards so that it goes across. One goes in there like so, and the other one goes in this bottom one there, and we will fix both of those with the only screw that we were given this issue. So there's our first one in, and then our second one goes in just like so. Make sure they're lined up and they don't slip out of alignment as you do the screw. There you go, that's two screws in. Next we want to fit the window, and the window is going to go this way round. That would explain why it doesn't want to go that way round. So let's see if I've right. So there's a little hole there and there. I don't know if you can see them. And there's two little marks there, and that just slips in just like that. And then the next thing we want to just to pop this door panel on, and it's easy to see which way round it goes because it's the same shape as the door. So, and that will just go in over the top there like that. Make sure that this window is in place. Drop us a comment, guys. Do you think it's a bit disappointing that these windows don't open? To me, windows opening isn't a big thing, but the fact that this one doesn't, yeah, I don't know what to think of that. So we need 4 PM screws, which is, no, it says 3. This is rather interesting because, no, sorry, it's my bad. So it says there I thought because there's 4 flags, there's 4 screws, but when I look, that's actually telling you which part. So we need 3 PM screws, and these need to be screwed in where the circles are on the door. So as usual, I'm just going to pop one in just enough to grab. Then we pop the second one in just enough to grab, and then the third one. There we go. And then we can just check everything's in place, which I think it is. So then I'll tighten these up. There we go. Everything's in nice and tight. Everything works. I'm happy with that. So that's the end of that stage, which takes us on to issue 21. And this looks like the shortest issue of the 3 that I'm doing today, although there are quite a few fiddly parts. So issue 21, we have got the inside trim for the door, plastic, quarter light closure, and that's a little round bit with some black paint in it. Then we've got the window winder. Now I have to check because there's 2 similar looking parts. This is the window winder. Then we've got the inner door handle. So in the real model, this is what they would use to open the door. And then we've got the door pull, which is what you grab onto to close the door. And then that leaves us with a kick plate. I do like this kick plate. It's just as you would imagine it, and that is perfect, isn't it? If it's as you imagine it or better, that is exactly fine. So take the inner door trim 2101 and identify the fixing points for the details. So 1, 2, 3. So first thing we need to pop in is take the circular quarter light, and this is a keyhole fit. You'll see there's a little notch on there. You can't see there's a notch on there. There we go, and that fits in nicely into there. There's only one way you can pop this in, and that will be fixed with a PBO1 screw, which I'm just going to take the one from 2 issues ago. I mean, now that means I'll have 2 spare, but what I can then do is open the packet of screws while I'm reading the next part of the instruction. So once that's in nice and tight, which it is, we can take the I've lost my position now, fit the window winder, which is this one, into the next hole, and again that's got a little key fitting as well, little notch on there. There's only one way that's going to go in, and then from behind, just like before, we're fixing that with another screw. And I quite like these issues where you only get the one type of screw, because there's no confusion. You know, the instructions, if sometimes they might be printed wrong, so you could end up putting the wrong screw into a hole, and it's just nice, you can get on with it. I'm having a bit of trouble with this. Yeah, it's probably because of the small part, but there we go, that's in. So there's our window winder in, and again it's just starting to pop now. So the last thing then is our door handle. Sorry, not the last thing. So that goes into that next hole there, and guess what, we're fixing that with a screw. Oops. Oh dear. Really struggling to get these screws on the screwdriver today. Do you know what? I'm going to pop that in by hand. There we go. Eventually. Right, that window winder's moved. So this is why I like having my finger holding down the window winder, because if it moves as I screw the screw in, I can feel it. So we're just going to screw that until there's no movement. Sorry, the door opening. There we go. And the last thing then on this piece is to put the door pull in, and we want the hole at the top, because that's where you're going to put your fingers when you close the door, and that's going to be attached again with the 1.2 by 4mm screws. So because there's 2 screws, I just normally just pop that one in enough to bite, and for some reason I've ended up with 3 spare screws. Don't know why that is. I was expecting 2, but never mind. There we go. So that's all in. Again, that's now just really popped, just because of a couple of little tiny details. So the next step then is we want to fit the door trim. That's interesting. I thought I'd lost my door. So the way we're going to fit this is we're going to pop this into the recesses. We've got some little clips on the ends here, one there, there and there, and that's going to correspond with these squares. So pop that onto there, one at the bottom, one on the side, and that's in. Simple as. And that leaves just one more piece, which is this door trim. Now again, we've got tabs on there which line up with these, and with this piece, there we go, that is the door complete. So we now have 2 doors for our truck. And I can't show you the other door as well because that's just slightly out of reach, but that is 3 issues worth. Now I know some people like to say, oh, there wasn't much to do in this issue, and I don't have a problem with that. Again, I've said this before, we shouldn't be looking at the cost of each individual issue, we should be looking at the cost of the entire model, and I think given the cost of the model, I'm happy with that. Although it has technically cost me £30 for a door, but again, you know, you got to look at the whole model, and I think that's wonderful. I'm really happy with that. So next issue is titled The First Part of the Engine Block, and I do have this because I subscribe, so I get 4 issues at a time. So this is what issue 22 looks like. Doesn't look like it's going to be an awful lot to do, from what I can see without actually opening it. I'm slightly confused because it looks like one piece in there, but there's also a bag of screws, so I don't know if there's another oh, there we are, we've got some small greebly bits, so that should be fun. So by the time you are watching this, 23, 24, 25 and 26 will have come out, so I'm thinking maybe I will do 3, 4 or 5 issues all in one video. I don't know, we'll see how much there is. I might do 3 and 2, so that's 2 more videos. Obviously the more I fit into one video, the quicker I do catch up. Is it really that bad to be is it really that good to be caught up? I do have the advantage of watching other people, but then at the same time I don't tend to watch other videos until I've actually completed this issue, and then I watch how they've done it and to see if they've done it any differently. But look, this is what's coming in the next issue, along with at least one other magazine, at least 23, possibly 24 as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and ta-da, I've done the 30 minute mark, only just. So I will catch you in the next episode where we'll do 23 plus. Take care, guys.